You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all of you around the world listening to my sound of my voice. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. Listen, happy to be here with you this morning. Oh man, it's nice. It rained yesterday though. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. It was like a rainy day. It was on and off rain. It wasn't bad. It was on and off rain. Today is 77 degrees, going up to a high of 86. It's gonna rain again. My daughter sent me the weather report this morning from Florida. Because we're all getting on a plane on Saturday going to Miami. It's gonna rain every day except Sunday.
No, you were kidding.
I'm not kidding. It's gonna rain every day except Sunday. And she was like, ugh. And I was like, well, at least you got one dry day out of the trip. So it's gonna rain all week here. It's gonna rain all week there. We got one dry day. Yep. One dry day, which is Sunday. And I was like, listen, at least you got one dry day. So anyway, looking forward to that. So good morning, Georgette. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so much better today. Thank you.
Good. Glad to hear it. Listen, y'all, it has been today. Wait, let me say this. Y'all know I love Amazon. Today is Amazon Prime Day. Last time, listen, I know people don't like Jeff Bezos. I get it. But I love Amazon. And it's so sad. It's so sad. It's like domain.
You and my husband. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so sad.
Truck coming at this house. I'm just surprised. Okay.
Right now, my husband's sitting there because he know I need another camera, right? Another webcam. So he sent me. I sent you a link. Now I didn't say anything. I must have mentioned it at some point that I needed another webcam because I need one for here's my problem, y'all. I hate taking my stuff apart and taking it with me. So if I got a computer somewhere, I got a computer somewhere, right? I don't want to unplug my computer, put it in. I don't like that. I like the computer that I travel with. I like the camera that I travel with. I like the microphone that I travel. I like all that. That's my traveling kit. And then my stuff that's in my studio, that's my studio kit. And the stuff that I do work, listen, I got a computer for everything. I don't have another camera. So I have a camera. There's a camera on this computer. I have a camera right here I'm looking at. I got cameras over on the other side. In the bag. But that camera can't go with me because that's like the big camera. Then I got the other camera that has video on it that I carry when I'm shooting the pictures that are posted every morning to Instagram. So I need a new webcam. I really need another computer. I know that sounds nuts, but I really do.
Too.
I really need another computer. That's my travel. Because what happened was a couple of years, not last year before last, we bought 2 computers, right? And they were on sale. And we was like, oh, great. 2 for like $570 something. Cute little HP computer streams, right? Oh my God, this is amazing. 2 computers. And they were like nice size, probably maybe 15 inches, maybe 17, not 17. I think it was 15 inches. So they were nice size, very thin, light. I'm like, this is great. Well, those computers are junk. The only thing they're good for, and I had to call the people like, listen, I haven't put anything because I'm a content producer, so I'm good for making content and storing it on the computer. But then I said, you know what? Let me store everything in the cloud, which is great because then I have access to it all the time. So there's nothing on the computer, and I keep getting an error that I'm out of space. I'm like, how can I be out of space when there's not? Well, the computer is meant for you to check email. That's what the lady told me. She's like, no, those computers are only really good for checking emails and surfing the net. They're not good for anything else. And I was like, and they're so cute, y'all. And I'm thinking, oh, this is great. It's light. It ain't good for nothing. The HP Stream is good for nothing except for checking email. I was so disappointed. And we got 2 because it was a special. We thought we were getting a deal. No. Yes. We thought we were getting a deal, so we got 2 of them. Now I need one to really just take with me. And I'm like, man, I really need another computer. And I hate to say that because it's so crazy. Like, girl, what you need another computer for? Because I need one to travel with me. But anyway, let's get on with this show. So today is National Peaches and Cream Day. It's also National Go Skateboarding Day. It's also National Daylight Appreciation Day and National Selfie Day. Take a selfie of yourself today. I ain't really trying to take no selfies. I'm not really digging my hair right now. So I'm trying to I got to figure out what to do with it. Me and my hair is always an issue. Like, only time my hair was not an issue for me, and I'm grateful to have hair. I am. I'm just not a good caretaker of my hair. I'm just not. When I used to wear my hair short, I had no problems. I would go to the salon. She would do it, make it look pretty. It would last for like 2 weeks. I'd go back in another 2 weeks. She'd do it, make it look pretty. Yep. Oh my God, it was amazing. Now I'm trying to figure out what the freak am I going to do with my hair, and I'm in a toss up right now. I'm trying to figure that out. But anyway, I ain't trying to take no selfies today. I'm trying to get better with the content production stuff though. Like, I produced this show. This is a lot of content, right? I think I need to figure out how to break it up. But then that means I gotta break it up. I'm gonna have to hire somebody to just cut it up. Not me cut up everything. Because it's a lot. I remember Chris Hood, who is my SEO guy, he was like, you have a lot of content. I was like, I know. He's like, that's a lot. Because right now I'm approaching probably 600 episodes of the show. Not just this show. Like, now I got Wise Women Invest that comes on every Wednesday. That's more content. I'm about to revamp Talk Business with Audrey. I'm trying to figure out what day, because I love this space. So I love this space, and I know people like, girl, you're nuts. Yep, I like this space. So that's what Noise Media Network is all about. It's about this space. So that's that. Anyway, let's get on with our show. I'm going to get on with the show. Let's get on with our horoscopes, brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Dyson for today, June the 21st. First, before I say that, I want to give a happy anniversary shout out to my brother Marion, Coach Bell, and his wife Vivian Bell. I think they've been married for 26 years. Because Trey is 20, Trey's 26. So they've been 25. Together. Trey's 25. So they've been married for 26 years. 26 years. Happy anniversary, Coach Bell and Vivian Bell. I wish you many, 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 many more. It's so funny. He got married before me. Like, I was still out there partying. He was settling down. My brother, he's the youngest, by the way. I'm the oldest, but I was still partying. He was settling down. The thing is, I was an entrepreneur. When he was getting married, I was just getting into entrepreneurship. Like, I was like, first of all, I was trying to figure out what to do with my life because I had the baby. Trey was just born, so that's his son. Dominique was 4. And I was trying to figure out, I was just snapping out of, I went through a moment of postpartum depression. And I didn't even know I was going through it. And I went through probably about 3 good years. And I was telling my daughter this the other day. I was like, look, when I had you, I was so used to just getting up and doing what I want to do when I want to do it. You can't do that when you have kids. That stops. Your life pretty much stops. And so I was not used to getting up and having to figure out what to do with the baby. And, the baby waking up when I don't want to wake up. It was like that kind of thing. I can't go partying because I was a party animal. I partied a lot. I couldn't go partying when I wanted. So I went through postpartum for about 3 years. And postpartum can be serious. I mean, to the point where I remember going to the car one day. It was hot, too. I remember going to get in my car. And I could not get the car started. I had just put the baby in the back seat, in the car seat. And it was so hot. I was aggravated. And to this day, I have trouble putting car seats in the car. You should see me putting the baby car seat in now. Oh my God. I still to this day have trouble putting the baby car seat. Like, I had Carter the other, not last weekend. No, not this weekend, this past week before last. I had to put the car seat in. It was such a struggle. So I put the car seat in. I was frustrated after I got the car seat in. And Dominique was still a baby sitting in the car seat. And I remember not being able to get the car to start. And I'm like, why won't the car start? The car would not start. So I used to call the job and be crying on the phone. And so I remember this particular day, I called her dad on this job. And I was crying. And they was like, Gentry, it's Audrey. She's crying again. Because I cried all the time. And he came to the phone. He's like, what's wrong? And he's real mild, man. Like, he's real easy. Dominique's dad is really easy going. He's like, what's wrong? I said, the car won't start. I'm crying. The car won't start. And he said, Audrey, did you put your feet on the brake? I literally had not put my foot on the brake, y'all. Put my foot on the brake, turned the car, and the car started right up. That's how bad it was. And I went through that for 3 years. And at the end of the 3rd year, well, probably in the middle of the 3rd year, I had to snap myself out of there. Like, look, girl, you got this baby, snap out of it. So I had to literally snap myself out of that, get my head back right, And then after that, it was all like I was in business mode. So when my brother got married, I was still trying to figure out my life with the baby. So happy anniversary, Coach Bell and Vivian. I wish you many, many more. All right, let's get on with our horoscopes, brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. Today is June the 21st. We're going to kick it off like we always do, and that is with Aries. You can't lose today unless you get involved in gossip or overwork to the point of exhaustion. Social activities or travel should be in your plans. You may have difficulties with someone close to you. Listen, you can only get in trouble if you get involved in gossip or if you just overexert yourself. Don't do that. Don't do either. Neither one of them are going to benefit you today, so don't do either of those. Taurus, relatives will not agree with the way you are dealing with your personal problems. Children may be difficult to deal with. Don't get involved in uncertain financial ventures. Be prepared to deal with groups and organizations of greater magnitude. Yeah, not today with the financial ventures. Not today. Don't get involved today. It's not a good day. Listen, I know we're all trying to figure out how to make it happen, but today ain't the day for you. Do something else. Find something else to do. Gemini, make sure to arrange in advance to spend quality time together. A quiet, restful day, just staying in bed or catching up on reading will be the best. Oh, sounds amazing. I'm going to do it all over again. Real estate investments will pay off. So for you, Gemini, real estate investments are going to pay off. I know you want to stay in the bed, but look, get that money first, then you go rest. I'm just saying, get them coins first, then you go have a restful day. It's going to pay off for you today. Cancer, concentrate on work and make changes to yourself. If you put your mind to it, you can entertain host a multitude of social events. Okay. Oh, that sounds like a lot of work. Don't expect romantic encounters to be lasting. Oh, Lord, Cancer. You know, it's so funny because my daughter's a Cancer and she's dating. You know, she's looking for love. She's not looking for love. People are looking for her. So she'll go out on a date. So every time she goes on a date, I'm like, well, how was it? She's like, ain't it? I was like, Lord have mercy. So she said to me, am I being too picky? I was like, I don't think you're being too picky, but you know, you don't want to settle either. You know, you don't want to settle to the point where, God, I was listening to somebody. Oh, we met somebody and she was talking about how the conversation had died in their relationship. And I tell my daughter this all the time. I said, you want to be able to talk to that person. Because here's the thing. Yeah. When all that love wears off, all that passion you feel wear off, you need to be at least able to talk to the person. Because if you could talk to the person, you can kind of excite the love back in, right?
Exactly. That's right. You can find a way to get it back.
If you can't talk to the person.
If you can't talk, oh my gosh, that's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. If you can't talk to that person and y'all share things and have a great conversation. Let me say this too. You want to have somebody that you got something in common with. My brother and his wife did not make it 26 years because they didn't have anything in common. They did not. Georgette and Rick didn't make it for almost 30 years, G?
Yes, almost 30 years, yeah.
And Franklin and I have been married for 18 years. And let me tell you this. We don't have a lot in common. But here's what we recognize. We don't have a lot in common. So guess what we did? We find things that have in common, like bowling. Like we have bowling.
That's right.
You know. And so we had to find, and we once we went through, because let me tell you something. I know people like, oh, you put your business in the street. Listen, if you alive on this earth and you in a situation with somebody, I don't care what it is, you've had some issues. So stop fronting. Yeah, I ain't fronting with y'all. We had our issues, and here's what we had to do. Because he's very much conservative. I'm not. I live outside of the box. I color outside the lines. But we're yin to the yang. Because if I had another person like me, we'd probably be homeless and destitute because I color outside. We can't both color outside the line, you know. And he had to tell me that. He had to tell me. He's like, where I'm strong, you're weak, and where you're weak, I'm strong. And I was like, oh, but he was right. So you don't go through life in a relationship with anybody and don't think you're not going to have some ups and downs. But what I would say is, when you have those issues, find a way to make them work. We knew that we don't have a lot. Like, I like politics, he don't. Now, we do like sports, so we can't, like, we watched the Hawks last night, spank them. Hey! Yeah, Hawks! Yeah! Yes! They spanked Philadelphia. I gotta digress for a second. Why the freak is Dwight Howard so freaking mean? Like, he is like, I know if I was playing ball, they probably would have ejected me a few times because he'd be slinging people down. He'd be elbowing people in the face. He is horrible. I used to like him. Like, why Dwight Howard so mean? But anyway, they lost. Philly lost last night. Yay Hawks. So we do like sports, right? So we like sports. We can watch basketball. We can watch football, and we go bowling. So that's our thing. Now that I think about it, sports is our thing. And sports is our thing. And so you have to find that thing. And it was a point to all this, and I forgot it. I got excited about the Hawks. It's so funny because my husband was cheering for the Sixers. I'm like, are you a traitor? He's like, I'm not a traitor. I always was for 76ers. We live in Georgia. So anyway, let me move on.
Yeah, but still, so you know me in sports. I'm not a big sports person, but I do love my Yankees and my whatever. It is what it is,
Let me tell y'all something.
So,
as much as
I don't care where I live at. That's pretty much the deal.
That's pretty much what he said to me, too.
They would dog me to death living in Texas. You rooting for the Yankees? Are you crazy? They were like this.
He said that. He said he's like, See, I didn't have a team when I was in Jersey. I didn't have a team. Now I'm embracing Georgia, but here's the thing, y'all. I can't do baseball. I'm gonna embrace the Braves because I'm in Georgia, but sitting outside doing baseball, it's too hot. Now I can tell y'all, I did go to one Braves game that I absolutely had an amazing time. Here's the thing, though. I was in the air conditioning the entire time.
Right, exactly.
I was in the 755 club on top. I was up there upstairs looking out on the field, drinking. I think I had a margarita and a big hot dog. So that was amazing. I could go to baseball all day long if I could have it like that. If I got to go sit outside, can't do it. Cannot do it.
All right. So I can't sit outside in the cold watching people play.
Me either. When it starts getting really cold, I'm like, okay, I'm done for the season. All right, let me keep moving. I done stopped doing the horoscope, running my mouth. It's Monday. Leo, you be too quick to point your fingers at your mate. You will attract potential lovers, but be sure that they're unattached. They need to be unattached. Unattached, Leo. Be aware that minor accidents or injury may prevail if you are preoccupied. Pay attention, and if they're attached, don't do it. Pay attention though. Be aware because you can injure yourself today, and you don't want to injure yourself or others because you're preoccupied with that person that's potentially attached. That's not a good look.
It's not meant for you.
Not meant for you. Virgo, try to keep to yourself. Work diligently on domestic chores and responsibilities. Problem with large corporations, institutions are apparent. Children could cost you more than you can afford. Don't they always? You got any kids? They cost you more than you can afford. Let me tell you, they do. Yeah. But listen, keep to yourself, right? Don't listen. Just keep to yourself today. Let everybody stand around the water cooler and say what they're going to say. You keep to yourself. All right? All right. I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Michael Thiason. So stay tuned.
Time goes by and yet I wonder, are you and me still the same? Do you still love the game? I know I don't. You cast your spell and now and under. I know the laughter and the pain. Will I never love again? I don't know if I can take it anymore. So I stay here and hold my heart when you walk out the door.
welcome back. Listen, that is one of my favorite. I'm over here jamming. That's one of my favorite songs. I was saying to myself, I said I should do a TikTok while the song is playing of me dancing in this chair. Call it chair dancing. I don't know. I'm just making it up. But I'm over here. That's one of my favorite songs. Brighter Day. Glory Tells. I like a lot of her songs. Like I play a lot of her songs on this show because I really like them. But that's one of my favorites. All right, we're going to pick it up with Libra. You'll be emotional about money matters. Find a way to consolidate. Romance will be yours if you get out and do things in large groups. All right, listen, consolidate. You know, you're going to be emotional about money matters. Well, here's the thing, Libra. All you got to do is consolidate that stuff. Put it together. Don't let it stress you out. Fix the things you can fix. The things you can't, let it go. Scorpio. You will be a real chatterbox today. That sounds like me. Start sending out those resumes. Consider applying for a job in another part of the world. I got to talk about the job market when we get on the next segment because, it's rough right now. It's crazy. Sagittarius. You will inspire confidence in others. You may be emotionally unstable if you let someone you care about get away with verbal abuse. You can get your point across and make valuable connections. Listen, don't let anybody get away with verbal abuse, Sagittarius. Don't let them do it because if they do it one time, they'll do it again. If they do it again, they'll do it again. So don't let them get away. Call them out. Sometimes you be trying to be nice. Call them out. Like, look, you're not going to talk to me that way. Like, I'm not going to stand for that. It's about respect. I'm just saying, call them out. That's the other side of me. Capricorn, don't let your health suffer because of abuse. Get thinking about prolonging longevity. Abstain from getting involved with married individuals. What is up with today? Listen, they're married. Don't mess with them, Capricorn. Abstain. That means don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Think about living long. Think about your life and longevity. Prolong and longevity. I woke up thinking it's funny they should say that. It's not my sign, but I thought about that this morning. How do I age gracefully going backwards? Looking beautiful. Be like, what is it, Benjamin Button? I want to go back that far though. But I got to put on Pampers. I won't go back that far. Your phone, you muted out, G. I can't hear you. Your mouth moving, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, I got it. I went to not making any noise while the music was playing. I was saying, yeah, don't worry. Eventually, the Pampers may come into play. Unfortunately.
No. I'm not claiming that. I'm not claiming it.
No, not for you. Not for you in general. I'm just saying.
No. Aquarius, make plans that would take you to exotic destinations. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Entertainment should include the whole family. I know you just want to be alone, but not today. It's the whole family. Get involved in groups that will help you meet established individuals. Take the whole family, get involved with groups. It's going to help you meet some established. I don't know what that means, established. Like, are they well-to-do? Are they established to the point they can help you do something? Can they help you get the child in college? I don't know what that means. But whatever it is, you got to do it in large groups today, Aquarius. Last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces. Don't blow situations out of proportion. Take the time to close a deal that have been up in the air. Yes, close them deals today, Pisces. Close them deals. Deception and confusion regarding your status in society is likely. Really? What does that mean? Deception and confusion regarding your status in society is likely. Deception. What does that mean? Oh, my goodness. You trying to be out there in society, fish? Listen, I ain't trying to be out there in society. I'm trying to make that money. If I had to be out there, it was so crazy. I went to 2 events this weekend. They were nice events, too. What's crazy is I didn't want to go. It was raining. I hate being in the rain. I mean, pouring down rain. And I was like, oh, God. Yeah. My husband goes, no, you got to go. And I'm like, okay. And see, normally when I'm feeling like that, to the point where I just really don't want to go, he's always my reasoning. He's like, no, you got to go. I said, okay. I didn't want to go because it was raining. It was pouring down rain. And I had on these little open-toe shoes trying to be cute. I'm like, oh, my God, my feet are getting wet. I'm cold with the rain. Then we get to the first location. It was freezing. And something said to me, because I had a short sleeve. I had a short sleeve dress on, like right here. And something said, yeah, you better wear that dress with the sleeves on it. So not only did I wear the dress with the sleeves, it was a maxi dress. So it worked out perfectly because it was cold. It was cold in both places I went to, actually. One was inside, freezing in the air conditioner. The other one was outside, but they had fans and it was raining, so it was cold. And so I had the perfect clothes on. Yeah. But I had a great time at both. It was so funny. At my first event, it was so much going on at that event. I didn't even get a chance to see the full event because I had to leave one to go to the other one. And so I got to the first one. It started at 4 o'clock. I got there at 4:30. That's okay. It's supposed to start at 4 o'clock. I get here at 4:30. That's good. And everything's supposed to really kick off at 5. I said, okay, great. Well, by 5 o'clock, nothing had kicked off. 6:30, nothing still had kicked off. I was like, I got to go. Because now I got to go to the other event that's an hour away. And it started at 6 o'clock. So which means I'm going to get there at 7:30. But on my way out the door, there was a Rolls Royce truck sitting in front of the door. I didn't even know Rolls Royce made trucks. I was like, is that a Rolls Royce truck? I didn't even know Rolls Royce made trucks. Apparently they do. And it was nice. So I was like, so here's me. Well, what does a Rolls Royce truck cost? Guess how much it costs, Georgette? Just take a wild guess.
I don't know. $250,000.
$330,000.
Yep.
That's like two small houses, about six tiny houses. That's a car, y'all. It's gonna drive you. I'm like, $330,000 the car cost. It was sitting in front of.
What does it do that you can't have done in another car for less than $300,000?
I don't know. $330,000. I have no idea. I was like, oh my God, that's a freaking house. You're driving around in a house. It was nice though, but I'm like $330,000. I was like, I said to my husband, is that a Rolls Royce truck? It's called something. My daughter was trying to tell me. Of course, she knew what it was. Like, let me tell you something. I know nothing name brand. My brother was with me yesterday, right? God, what did he say? He said, yeah, I bought me some kind of shoe. I'm like, oh, okay. When I tell y'all, I really know nothing about brands at all. Like, I've just never been I've never been a name brand kind of person. So I don't know name brands. I worked at Tommy Hilfiger. No lie, y'all. I worked at Tommy Hilfiger. They give us this really good discount card. I bought one T-shirt. Here's why. Because I did accounts receivable and accounts payable, right, for Tommy Hilfiger. Right. I knew how much that stuff cost. They couldn't give me a discount big enough because I already know they couldn't give me one big enough because I already knew. I'm looking at the receivables coming. I'm like, wait a minute. They paid $3 for this $199 shoe. I'm not paying $79. It cost them $3. So that was me. I was like, I'm gonna buy a Tommy Hilfiger T-shirt just to have a Tommy Hilfiger T-shirt. I bought one T-shirt because I worked there. I gave the card to my brother and his friend Kimball, and they went to the mall and had a ball. They took the card and went all over the place and had a ball. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing it. So I know the names of nothing. Like, I bought a shoe. It was a really cute shoe. And listen, when I tell you I bought it because the shoe was cute, I bought it because the shoe was cute, right? I was like, oh, that's a cute shoe. It was like a little sandal, right? I got home, put the shoe in the closet, didn't think nothing else about the shoe till I got ready to put the shoe on. I looked at the shoe and I was like, oh, this is a Juicy Couture shoe. This is how bad it was. Now, I know what Juicy Couture is because my daughter wears the perfume. I was like, oh, this is a Juicy Couture. I don't know anything about brands like that.
Yeah,
I can tell you this though.
I'm not like that.
I'm just not. Here's the thing. I did say to my daughter, I said, you know, I want a pair of red bottom boots, right? I know what a red bottom is. I want a pair, but I want a boot because I can't walk in the stilettos. It doesn't work for me. It's gonna hurt me. I'm not gonna. But the boots, I saw some really cute boots. And I was like, oh, I love boots. And I was like, I want some red bottom boots. And so I said, that's probably the only thing I probably think I really want, this name brand. Like, my brother told me about this shoe. Like, yeah, I bought this shoe. He told me the name. I was like, yeah. So this is me sitting right here like, yeah, I've never heard of that. He's like, yeah, it's like, he was trying to explain to me what. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I don't know.
I don't either. I'm not. I mean, you have never seen me any. Like, I have no clue. Like, I mean, Rick bought me a watch for Mother's Day. It was an Anne Klein. I mean, I do know Anne Klein because I guess I'm probably a boomer, so that's.
Yeah.
Anne Klein's been around for a minute, but I mean, but for me, I would have never bought anything like that. You know what I mean? I just wanna a watch. I don't whatever. It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a boot.
If I like it, I like it. I don't know. It doesn't have to be designer stuff,
When I was younger,
something that I like.
My brother bought me a Gucci watch when I was younger, and it was so crazy because this was before I had Dominique. My brother likes names, everything. He has a Mercedes Benz. I got a Cherokee, But that's just how we bought. Listen, my mother bought us both the car, right? She told us to pick the car we wanted. This is the crazy part. She told us to pick the car we wanted, right? I picked the Nissan Sentra. He picked a 2-door. God, what was that? It was a 2-door. It was gorgeous. It was a sports car. It was a sports car. I picked the Sentra. He picked the 2-door, whatever. It's hilarious when I think. And she was like, "Just pick the car you want." So okay. So I picked the Sentra, and he picked it was red. He picked a red 2-door sports car. I had a brown Nissan Sentra. Now, mind you, they were both new. I pulled mine. They looked up the showroom. They looked up the showroom glass. I pulled mine right out the showroom. He had a 2-door red sports car. I had a 4-door brown Sentra, brand new. It was hilarious, but that's how we've always been. It's just crazy like that. So he bought me a Gucci watch when I was younger, and I don't know what happened to my watch. I love that watch, but I did want a Movado, and I have always wanted a Movado watch, and I didn't really want it, because if I really wanted it, I would have bought it. But I just said, "Oh, I want a Movado. I want a Movado." So not last year. Was it last year? I think it was. Yeah, it was last year. My husband bought me a Movado, right? And I was like, he bought me an Anne Klein the year before. Bought me an Anne Klein watch, which is gorgeous, the year before. Last year he bought me a Movado, right? And I was like, I felt bad, because I'm like, man, I never take my Fitbit off. Like
Yeah, that's right.
I sleep in my Fitbit.
I know that.
I felt so bad. Like, oh my God, I have these 2 beautiful watches that I never wear, because I sleep in my Fitbit. Like, I sleep in it. Like, I take it off the charge and I put it right back on. And the band get broken, I change the band. I put it. So he bought me the Movado, and I'm grateful. But I gotta tell you, I really rarely wear anything other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
yeah.
All right, let's get on with the word of the week, because we've been talking 33 minutes already, and we haven't done the word of the week. Georgetta's giving it to y'all today. You don't have to deal with me today.
Yay.
You don't have to deal with just me today. She's back. What is the word? What's the word, Bird?
What's the word, Bird? Okay, let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to shuffle my cards here. Hold on.
That background is really pretty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I got to figure out how to not show all this stuff in
my
my background.
wall is so white, I had to have something back there. Oh, my goodness. Some color.
That's pretty.
All right. Word of the week is, this is a cute word. Okay, they're always cute. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true every time. I know, pretty much. The word of the week is, can you see that, guys?
Ooh, radiant.
Yay. Radiant.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm so excited. Isn't that a wonderful word?
That is beautiful.
It's a beautiful word of the week is radiant. It is about glowing and radiant, expressing yourself with great joy and happiness and love. And it's about being radiant and emitting that radiance, to others. So being radiant is also about, how some people, how we always tend to want to have radiant smiles, get your teeth cleaned out, or, have a radiant skin glow, you get your face done. But I think also radiant has to come from being able to have a happier soul, right? To emit that energy and having something, shine to everybody else. And I know sometimes we don't feel very radiant, or we don't feel like we have that energy to share with other people. But what I tell people is to think about things that make you feel happy. Mm-hmm. Think about things that have happened in your life that make you feel happy. Talk to other people so you can help them feel happy and bring radiance to them as well, because then you shine as well. And so radiant is being about not just for yourself, but for other people. It's so funny because yesterday I was talking to Rick, about Father's Day, and Corey, my son, he lives in Japan, and he was so, he kept waiting. He kept waiting for the little Happy Father's Day thing, because Japan is like 14 hours ahead of us. And so when I went to go to bed last night, I went in the room. He had left his phone in the room, and he said to me, and I got in the room, and he's just smiling. And I said, "Did Corey text you?" He was like, "Yeah, he did." It was just so funny. Like I could see him just being, just shining because he just felt so excited, and somebody else, chose to send that love to him, and he felt radiant about that. Yeah. I could feel the expression on his face already that Corey contacted him because he just wanted to hear from his son, for Father's Day. And so I think radiance doesn't always mean that you have to bring it for yourself, but other people can share how they feel about you and create radiance as well. Create that beautiful feeling of, joy and glow and happiness for you. So I want you to be radiant today. Feel radiant. I want you to, if you don't feel it, find somebody that you can share something with to help them feel radiant. And then that in turn helps you as well. So today is about being radiant. I don't think you can say radiant and not feel happy about that word.
I know, you just want to radiate.
I know you just want to radiate joy and happiness, to other people. So this week's word is radiant. And again, if you guys don't know how to use positive words or affirmations, you can always go to dynamiclifeenterprise.com and click on to get your free infographic, and it tells you 5 ways to use affirmations that can help you use some of these words that I share every week. Over 54 words now are shared every week on the show. So the word of the week is radiant. I'm radiant.
You're radiant.
And you are radiant.
You're radiant. That's right. Let me tell y'all something. That's a good thing. Like you have to. Sometimes you have to make yourself feel good. I can tell y'all right now. Sundays are my best day. Sundays are and I don't know why they are, but they make me feel so good. And so because I watched Hallmark. Like once I did come back, all I did was watch Hallmark. I watched Hallmark, Murder Mystery, Aurora Teagarden Mysteries. I watched some love thing on the Hallmark channel. So that's what I did all yesterday. But that's what I like to do. That makes me feel good. So I like doing those things, and so that's what I do. So you gotta those things make me radiate great energy, because those are the things I like to do. So sometimes you have to find the thing that makes you feel good. A lot of times, but sometimes people don't make you feel good. You have to make yourself feel good. You may have to make yourself feel radiant. So today your word is radiant. All right, radiant. That's a good word. All right, I'm going to go to another song. I'll be back after this song to give you the rundown of what's going on in and around Gwinnett County and beyond. So stay tuned.
First time I saw you, I knew all the time. It was something in the air that night, and in the way you look at me. I get nervous when you get close, and my heart fills up with butterflies. And then you leave me speechless. My world turned upside down. Just say that you won't go and break my heart. Don't break it now. Remember, it's the only one I've got. The one I've got. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Instead of keeping it all inside, so hard with you, I don't know why. Believe me, boy, I've tried. When you're near me, my heart fills up with butterflies, and then you hear me speechless. My world turned upside down. Say that you won't go and break my heart. Don't break it now. Remember, it's the only one I've got. The one I've got. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Don't break my heart. Just say that you won't go
Welcome back. So there's some news that just came through. I want to share this first. I'm going to do some national news, and do some local government news, and I'm going to do the Good Morning, the Gwinnett news. But I got to tell you this first because I think this is really important. So on, according to CNN, a unanimous Supreme Court said today that student athletes could receive education-related payments in a case that could reshape college sports by allowing more money from the billion dollar industry to go to the players. Justice Neil Gorsuch delivered that opinion of the court. Let me tell y'all something. I totally agree with that because I've watched football. My nephew was a coach, but he played. My brother he played football. He coaches. Now my baby nephew plays ball, and it's not any less dangerous playing college football than it is playing in the NFL. And any small injury could end your career. And so what happens to you when that happens? Now, I know for a lot of people, they'll say, well, when the kids go to school on scholarship, they get a full ride to college. They don't have to pay for anything. And I get it because my nephew, he went to school on a 4-year ride. I get that part. But they go out there and they make the colleges billions with a B. Billions of dollars, and they don't get any compensation for that. They go out there, they get banged up. Some kids have even got injured to the point where they would never have a normal life. Like there's a young man who played for, I want to say he played for UGA. They hit him and he's paralyzed. So he's never going to have a normal life. Now I think they did a lot for him to take care of him, but I think that they should be compensated. It's stressful. I watched my nephew go through so much stress playing college football, to the point where I was afraid for him. Because it was so stressful. Yeah. It was him dealing with the coaches that didn't like him trying to be the best player he had to be, trying to deal with the college, going to college and do the classes and trying to hold down a relationship and not having money. And so, because that's a big stressor. Like, and I'll give you a prime example. Your kid go to school on a 4-year scholarship, right? That means their education and books is taken care of. But what about food? What about transportation? What about, nobody takes care of that stuff. Like, they take care of the education side. Clothes, money to have a life. That stuff has to come from your parents. And if your parents or your grandparents or your aunts don't have the money to do that, you just messed up. Now you got to try to go get a job, play sports, take your classes, hold down a girlfriend, because I know you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It's a lot. And so for me, I think compensating these kids while they're in college playing college sports is a great thing. I mean, I'm all for it. I raised my hand 2 times for it. 2 times. Because you never know, what they're going through. Like, I give you a prime example. Rasul Douglas. He started out playing for the New England Patriots. My brother coached him in high school. He was fortunate enough to get drafted in the NFL. He went to the Patriots the first year out. Like, he got drafted and went to the Patriots and they won the Super Bowl. So he got a Super Bowl ring. Right out the gate, he got a Super Bowl. I think he played for Jackson, for either the Jaguars or the Bobcats or somebody. Now I can't remember who he played. He's not with New England anymore. But anyway, not New England Patriots. Who did he play for? He played for Philadelphia, the Eagles. He played with the Eagles, not the Philadelphia. He played for the Eagles. So he comes out. He played for the Eagles to get a ring. He plays with another team now. I can't remember who it is. But what he said was, while he was in college, he had no food. Like, he's like, if I got a $1 meal from McDonald's, I was blessed that day. And he tells that story. And I can tell y'all right now, he makes millions and he is super duper. I'm talking about he's so frugal, he's stingy. Like, I said to him, did you get a car yet? I think this was not last year. I think it was year before last. I said, did you get a car yet? Because he got a big signing bonus. He would not buy a car. I was like, but did you get a car? And he did get a car, but he didn't buy the car. So he did some bartering for some tickets to the games and got him a car. When I tell y'all super frugal, like that's how frugal he is. But he's like that because he know how hard he had to struggle while he was in college. He know that he had to walk the class in the ice and be hungry. Like, and that's a real thing. Makes no sense, though. Right. So I'm all for the kids making money while they're in college. Listen, because they may never get out to go to NFL. Listen, you know how many colleges there are in the United States? How many universities? How many kids have these aspirations to go? Kids are doing that, right? Yeah. And then out of all these kids that have aspirations to go to pro, they don't get the chance because they're up against some of the best kids in the world. So you got to pull the best kids out of millions of kids every year to play sports. That's crazy. So you played really hard. You could have gotten injured, and you have nothing to show for it except for, okay, prayerfully a great education that hopefully will serve you. And I could go, hopefully that could serve you once you get out. You don't know. Because right now, I would, and I know people would smack my hand, but if you're not trying to be a doctor or a lawyer or a bioscientist, skip college. I'm just saying, and I know, I'm not saying skip learning. I'm not saying skip being educated. I'm saying skip college. Because if you know that you want to learn how to code because you want to be going to computer science or something like that, trust me, you do not have to go to college for that. There are some amazing programs out there like Udacity. Like even Harvard has a free school. Like there's free school. You just have to search, right? You don't have to go spend, $200,000 in 6 years of your life trying to get an education that you can come out and you're never going to be able to really use because you can't find a job and you got to pay back student loans for the next 190 years. I'm just saying. I'm not saying not to educate yourself because you have to educate yourself in order to be successful. You just have to. I'm just saying take a look at how you're going to educate yourself. If you're not trying to be one of those professions that really require you to go to school because you have to learn certain things, don't do that. Then do that. But if it's something that you can learn from a Udacity or Harvard, school or that's free, take the class. Now, you trying to do it because you want to be prestigious and all that kind of stuff, and you want the degree because it means something, do that. That's what you want to do, by all means. But if you're saying, you know what, I really don't care that I have this degree. I really want to be able to provide for my family. And I want to go into this industry or this field. And I know I don't have to spend 2-4 years in college and, rack up $300,000 in debt to do that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you not to go to college. I'm saying take a look at your options because you have options. You really, really do.
Yeah, obviously there are always other options.
There are options. Sure. And there's so many
classes. Yeah. And too many things that people are offering on training and stuff like that you can get on there and learn just as much, honestly. Yes. And be less distracted.
Google has its own universities, literally, and Udacity have nano degree programs.
Udemy?
Yeah, no, not Udemy. Udacity.
Udacity.
Udacity has nano degree programs where you can go there and learn anything in the tech space. I'm talking about anything in the tech space. And here's the thing. If you learn certain things, now companies like Google and Facebook may come to you and say, hey, we got a job for you because they help you with job placement. The General Assembly. Like General Assembly, you can learn anything at the General Assembly. Like pretty much anything, right? Skip the line. By the time you 4 years out, like you take a year and learn all you need to learn about this space because you're going to keep learning anyway because things keeps changing. Mm-hmm. Like technology is changing everything. The way we do everything. I don't care if you be a doctor, you still got to go back and learn because the technology is changing. I remember the first time I went to my gyno doctor and he was talking about I had severe fibroids, and he was talking about doing this robotic surgery. I'm like, with a robot? He's like, yes, it's amazing. He did it. He did the surgery on me, robotic surgery, but that was years ago. The robot's probably doing the surgery by itself now. Like, I'm talking about 2008, 12, 13 years later, the freaking robot probably doing the surgery by itself.
Yeah, that's true. So, and a lot of the times, too, you go to these schools, like if you go to Google University or places like that or Udacity, so a lot of these people who are teaching these courses have already done some of these things, right? Yep. They're not just people with a degree saying, this is what you do and this is what you do. They've been in the trenches. You know what I mean? They know what's happening in their, in that field, and they have actually practiced what they're teaching. They're not just saying, oh, I have a degree in this, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm going to teach you book by book. It's like actual practical stuff that you need to use and know how to use, when you get out. So I think that makes a big difference too.
Huge difference.
Because, a lot of times we could go into schools and colleges and those people who are teaching, and I'm not bashing professors or anything like that, but a lot of times they teach those things and they've never really applied them themselves.
Right.
I
heard this guy his name is Justin Owens. He's a young guy. I think he's 33 years old. And he was doing an interview on the Social Proof podcast. And he said, when he got ready to graduate school, he was already an entrepreneur, right? He said he got ready to graduate high school. You know, he went to I guess he went to like must be like a college open house or something. And he wanted to take business administration. He wanted to know how many professors had a business, and none of them. Right. And he told his parents, "I'm not going there. They don't know how to run a business." Which he was right. Like you can tell me, because he had been an entrepreneur already his whole life. Like he started out, I think he said like 10 or something, being an entrepreneur. And so he had been an entrepreneur his whole life. So you can't tell me really anything about being an entrepreneur if you haven't been an entrepreneur. You can give me some book knowledge, but do I need to spend 4 years getting book knowledge on stuff that's probably antiquated and outdated? Not really. I can go on, I can go to Google University or somebody who has a course. Listen, somebody who got a $997 course that can teach me everything I need to know because they've done it. I'm just trying to help you out. So. Just thinking about that. Now let's get on. I think they should be compensated. So I agree with the law. You're not gonna get an argument from me there. Woo, so let's get on with some other news. So listen here. So, on June the 26th, that is what was that? Saturday?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Saturday. On June 26th, the Department of Labor here in Georgia will stop issuing the checks of $300 to an estimated of 278,000 jobless Georgians under the initiative then President Trump launched last September. So that $300 is going to stop. And here's the problem. They're saying that, and I get it, because my brother said he went to Applebee's, Georgia, and they told him we can't serve you. You can't even come in because there's no cooks. Applebee's. There were no cooks. So a lot of the companies are saying, listen, we get it that people need the $300, but we're dying because we can't find anybody to come to work. Can you believe that? That's so crazy. That means that 278,000 people were making less than $300 a week. Is that what that means?
Mm-hmm.
That's
horrific.
That's horrific. And so now Governor Kemp announced last month that he's about to end it because they need people to go back to work because businesses are floundering. They can't keep up with the demand for products. They can't get products manufactured because people won't go back to work. And so Democrats are saying, well, if you do that, you're going to put a lot of families below the poverty line. Well, $300 a week is not a lot of money, y'all. I mean, it probably helps sustain some people, but it's not a lot of money. So if you take away,
it does help sustain them. But without that, not everybody. Now, okay, let's be realistic though. If you don't supply them with anything, and I know it's kind of like I don't know, between a rock and a hard place in a way. If you don't supply them with those jobs, that don't mean that the 200,000 people are going to be able to get a job. So right. I know what they're saying about, everybody, people need workers. But let's be realistic. 200,000 people going to be able to go out there and actually get a job?
Yeah.
You're going to still have at least half of those or 3/4 of those not working and now not getting any money.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's gonna be bad,
It's hard.
It's hard because it's like a catch-22. You kind of damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So my thing is, again, education. So, and I know that'll take a lot. Even what I'm thinking right now, right? If they're let's say, for instance, half of that $278,000, they're not going to be eligible for jobs, right? How about we do some inventory and find out who they are and provide them with some help, right? But that's going to take manpower, and that's not going to happen in 5 days.
No.
You know what I mean? Like the 26th, it all comes to a crashing halt. And so now you got these people who, there are some that can go out and get a job. They're going to go out there and be scrambling around trying to get a job. But then you got this other group that cannot get a job. So what do they do in the meantime if they can't get a job? If they're not marketable as an employee, what do they do? Mm-hmm. So it's like it's a real bad position to be in. I feel like because we had so much going on with the pandemic and the elections, that kind of got pushed to the side, or if it was even a question. Because I feel like at that time, while we were on shutdown, we should have been identifying like who these people are, what resources do we have to help them, right? Mm-hmm. So when the unemployment does end, they're not caught out there with nothing, and I feel like that didn't happen, and now it's going to be like, oh my God, how am I going to feed my kids? And it's crazy, or how am I going to get my medicine? Or it's crazy, but it's ending on the 26th. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I've been talking about jobs the whole time, And so I would tell you that you have 278,000 competitors competing for the same job that you're going to be competing for. You know, they were saying
that's a mess.
That's a mess. That's a mess. So, you know, I hope
because at the end of the day, there still should be some type of help. You see what I'm saying? My thing is, and the other thing is too, like you want to say don't give people help, yet you get help, yet you have money, yet you have all of these things, but you're saying I just don't want to give people money. First of all, it's not your money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not your money to say, well, maybe we should give or not give people money. And I think what you were right is that if that's the case, and the government or the governor or whoever it is felt that way, then there should have been some things already in place to help people, right? To guide them and say, okay, well, you come here and let's see where you're at on the spectrum. You know what I mean? And then make a decision on what to do with them. But not just overall saying nobody should get anything. That's not cool.
Yes, it's not cool. But here's what I gotta say too for the flip it. I gotta say this because it's, you know, it has to be said. So one of the reasons they don't want to go back to work is because they're saying, you know what, Georgia's minimum wage is $5.15 an hour. $5.15. Okay, so that's a problem. Yes. The federal minimum wage is $7.25. Georgia is $5.15. I didn't even know it was a minimum wage still at $5. Let me just say that. I had no clue. I thought it was at least. I didn't even know it was $7.25. I thought it was $7.50. So it's $7.25 federal. The federal minimum wage. Georgia is $5.15, y'all.
Right.
Why? Then now you can understand why they don't want to go back. President Biden is trying to get it up to at least $15 an hour,
and they're saying no.
But here's what I want to say to you guys, and my brother and I were talking about this yesterday. There are so many opportunities. Do not wait and sit back and wait for them to take the unemployment away from you, because they're really. I feel like the world is so open right now with opportunities. It's a weird feeling that I can't explain. It's like overwhelming to me because I watch so many success stories. I watch so many entrepreneur stories. There are so many ways for you to make money right now that you don't have to depend on the $300. But here's what it's going to take. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take some grit. It's going to take some sacrifices. It's going to take a lot. But if you're willing to put the work in, I feel like there are opportunities. I work so hard because I want to do the things I want to do. There are opportunities. If you could cook a cake, if you could cook a cookie, you can make more money than $300 a week. But you can't be lazy. You can't be lazy. And I'm not saying that everybody on unemployment is lazy, but there are a lot of lazy people out there who just want somebody to give them something. The government is about to take that $300 a week. What you going to do? You got to get out. You got to get up and get out there and do something for yourself. You got to. You don't have a choice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or you go work for $5.15 an hour, and you work like a slave,
and still struggling.
And you're still struggling. It's your choice. Mm-hmm. You have a choice in this. You know, I understand when they say, "Oh, the government." No, you have a choice because listen, there is a site that I use called Canva, right? I'm not a graphic designer, but I love Canva, and it allows me to create beautiful pictures and videos, all these little things without having to be a graphic designer. You can go on Canva and create stuff in Canva. I pay $12.95 a month for Canva.
Yeah, me too.
You go in there, you create stuff in Canva, and then you sell it to lazy folks who don't have time or don't want to go in there and sit down and mess around with Canva.
Something. Right, exactly.
People are making thousands of dollars a month on Canva creating stuff. And they got a whole bunch of tutorials right on YouTube. Yep. So instead of sitting on your phone, scrolling Facebook, looking at Instagram, laughing on TikTok, go to freaking YouTube, click on Canva DIY, and find out how to make money with Canva. I'm just trying to help you out because 26, it's over. I'm just trying to help you out. And so, you know, it's a catch-22. There are some people that are really going to suffer. They are, because they can't afford to have a $300 cut off. But I'm telling you, you got to stand up for yourself. You got to stop leaning on the government, because we know the government is fickle. And whenever they want to shut us down, they will shut us down. So how do you circumvent that? Well, you learn how to do something for yourself. That's how you do it. And I'm sure I get a lot of pushback from people saying, "Oh my God, but this, that." No, No. Unless they have some kind of learning disability, learn how to do something for yourself. I get it. If you have a learning disability, but you have I get that part. But if you don't have a learning disability and there's a library in your town, you got a cell phone in your hand that you can get on Instagram and scroll on and TikTok and laugh on. Now, don't get me wrong. I laughed on TikTok Sunday night. Me and my husband laughed a while because people are crazy out here. We laid up in the bed after all the Hallmark stuff went off, and we laughed. I went to bed like 12 o'clock laughing on TikTok. I went to bed laughing. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. What I'm saying is that you should not let the government dictate the kind of life you're going to have. And yes, it's hard work. And yes, sometimes it seems impossible. But you have to step outside of your comfort zone, and you really have to say, you know what, I need better for my life. I need better for my family, because the government can say no at any time. Or you go work for $5.15 an hour, like a Hebrew slave, and you still not making ends meet. You understand what I'm saying? So it's your choice. You have a choice, and there's free education all day long out there. Udacity, you can learn so much on Udacity. There's so many free things that you can learn on Udacity that points you right back to Google as an employer. But you got to learn it first. Now, if you have a learning disability, then you got to take care of that. You got a choice. Can somebody teach you how to read? Yep, they absolutely can. But you got to want to learn how to read. Can somebody teach you how to count money? Yes, they can. But you got to want to learn how to count money. So you have a choice, and I don't mean to preach, but I'm just saying they're going to be 278,000. I'm talking about just Georgia. I don't even know what the rest of the world is going to look like on the 26th. I'm just talking about Georgia. 278,000 people that will not be getting a $300 check. What next?
Got to make some changes.
Got to make some changes. It's got to make some changes. All right, moving right along. So, Gwinnett County does not have a homeless shelter. Not one. Not till recently. Wow. They don't have one. We have a huge homeless population in Gwinnett County. I talked about this story like year before last. A lot of those people live in extended stay hotels. There are a lot of crime and things happening at the hotels. They were like, we got to get them out the extended stays. So there is no homeless shelter in Gwinnett. However, HomeFirst Gwinnett is preparing to open the very first homeless shelter here in Gwinnett County. Now, they don't know exactly when the date is going to be, because I think it was scheduled to do it last year, but with all the pandemic and everything that's going on, they had to push back because these people are going to be living in close quarters. And so you couldn't have all these people living together with children in close quarters with the pandemic. So they pushed it back. It's scheduled to open. There's not a date yet, and there's not a location because that has to stay private. But when it does open, it's going to be able to allow up to 20 residents to be in there at a time. So it'll be the first homeless shelter here in Gwinnett County, and that's needed. There are some women who have children. They need a place to stay. Now I got to tell you this. This is only for women and children. I know, guys. I know you guys get left out all the time, but this homeless shelter is for women and children. Maybe at some point they will try to have one for men, but right now this is for women and children. Even if you're a single woman and you need to go to the shelter, you can. There are going to be resources there to help you get your life back on track, but you got to want to do it. At the end of the day, I don't care how bad it is. There are resources out there. You got to want to do it. You got to want to get up every morning and do certain things to make your life better. So this is just another resource to help the homeless people. I can't give you addresses because there aren't any listed. I can't tell you when because they have not listed the date that it's actually going to open. Just know that it's going to help a lot of people. So you don't have to stay in extended stay hotel. There's been some horrific stories coming out of extended stay hotels to the point where the Solicitor General called them all out saying, listen, y'all got to do something about this. This is terrible. You got to do something about this. It's terrible. So, I know we've been talking a lot. And I could go on and on because there's still more news, but I won't go on and on because I don't want to keep you guys. I know you got to get to your day. So I'm going to go to my last song, and then I'm going to come back and give you my word of inspiration for the day. So stick around for that if you want to be inspired and move through the rest of your day. So stay tuned. All right, I'll be right back after this last song.
I've been thinking about you. I'm waiting for it all to come true. I'm longing to hear you say, you know that I miss us. I wanna be the one that you trust.
picture? I am. All right, let's see here. Oh, anyway, the video just went out. Anyway, before I go, I don't even know what's going on right now. That's one of them technical things. I'm telling y'all, sometimes I just can't. I can't. Like, it's so crazy. I'm glad I got through most of the show. I got through the whole show, and now I'm at the end of the show. So my StreamYard just went. The video just completely went out. So before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration. And here it goes. But before I say that, I got to give you this quick announcement. So right now, we're going to be this Wednesday at 11 o'clock. There is going to be the Gwinnett Greater Eastside Chamber is hosting a lunch and learn, and so Carolyn Shoemate is going to be the speaker. She's going to be speaking about small business solutions. For those of you who are interested to checking it out, it's a free event. It's going to be located at Sam's on Main, which is located in Grayson. So you want to come to Sam's on Main this Wednesday at 11:30. Starts at 11:30. Carolyn Shoemate is going to be there. She's going to be talking about small business solution. So come and check it out. It's free. The Greater Eastside Chamber is the sponsor for that, so I'll be there as well. So make sure to come out for that as well and check it out. So she's going to be talking about, how to protect yourself, how to protect your family, how to protect your business. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of new business owners don't know. So she's going to be talking small business solutions. So that's this Wednesday, 11:30. The restaurant is called Sam's on Main. I don't have the address, but it's right across the street in that new development, the railroad, rail yard new development right there by Walgreens on the corner of Grayson New Hope Road. So if you turn right in there behind the ice cream shop, Sam's on Main is right there. But it's at 11:30. First come, first serve basis. Is a free event, and check out what they're going to be talking about. All right, so let me give you a words of inspiration for today. I just lost connection to the chat, the internet, but it's back. My video, but it's back. So let me just go ahead while it's still there. Anyway, your word of inspiration for today is: if you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one. Oh, let me say that again. If you don't like the road that you're walking, start paving another one. Dolly Parton said that, and she was right. Listen, watch the Dolly Parton story. She had to pave a lot of roads, right? And you do too. If you don't like the road that you're on, you have to start paving another road. I'm always paving. I got so many roads. I got roads like this, because I'll pave a new road in a minute. Now, here's the thing. Maybe I shouldn't pave a new road all the time, but if I don't like the one I'm on, I have no problems paving another one. I have no problems walking on the dirt road until I can lay the pavement. Trust me, I walked on plenty of dirt roads when I was a little girl. Yes, dirt, like real dirt. Like when I used to be really grounded to the earth because I walked on dirt. Yeah, I did. Haven't walked on dirt in a long time. I should walk on dirt, then I'll be grounded to the earth again. But anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, listen, if you don't like the road you're on, pave a new one. For those of you who are on unemployment and it's going to end on the 26th, don't panic. You can't stop them from changing. You can't stop them from implementing the law. What you can do is go out there and find some resources. Trust me when I tell you. If you go to Udemy right now, and so Udemy, they probably got a sale right now because Amazon got Prime Day today. I'm just telling y'all. So when Amazon had Prime Day, everybody has a sale. Go to Udemy. They probably got a class on there right now for $11.99 because they do that quite a lot. Find you a class. Take the class. Go to Google. Find you an employer or find you a group of people that need your help. Go to Fiverr. Take the class. Let me tell you something. I'm just going to tell you how to skip the line real quick. Go to Udemy. Find the class. Take the class. Start doing the work. Oh, something happened. Great artwork for their podcast. Now you can go to Udemy. You can go to Fiverr. You can set up a free account. And you can start becoming a freelancer and start making some money. And you could probably make way more money. I had to, listen, somebody asked me Saturday, did I do websites? Lord knows I hate doing websites. I don't like doing them because they aggravate me. But I can do them, right? And I could have easily said, yes, I could do it $395. That right there just took over the unemployment check for the week. And I made a $95 profit. So I'm just telling you, there. And I was just sitting at the table. We were just talking about business in general. I could have told her $795. Because I know that websites cost anywhere from $400 all the way up to $15,000, depending on how intricate they are. Learn a skill. Get on a new path. Pave a new path for yourself. That's all I'm saying. Listen, could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent the last hour and 15 minutes listening to me run my mouth, and I appreciate you and love you to life for that. If you missed any episode of the show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to the past episodes there. Thank you, Georgette, for giving us our radiant word of the week. Be radiant today, you guys. Be radiant for the rest of this week and be inspired. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. to talk business. I know I've been talking business all day, but tomorrow is literally talk business day after the segment. That's what I do. I'm sorry. I apologize for being me. Not really.
No apologizing.
No, not really. I just said that. Not really. Listen, be sure to follow me on Facebook at Good Morning Gwinnett. Follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. And follow me on the Twitter at GM Gwinnett. Be sure to download the app from the App Store. Whether you got a cell phone with an Android phone or iPhone, there is a Good Morning Gwinnett app for that. So download the app from the App Store. And if you listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, go to Apple Podcasts, find your favorite 2 episodes, give them 5 stars. I love you. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff, and share the show with your friends. Listen, don't forget to listen to Wise Women Invest Wednesday. That's Wednesday at 6 p.m. I'll be talking more about investments this coming Wednesday. I'm excited about that show. I love doing Good Morning Gwinnett, but I'm excited about that because it's talking about money and how to make it grow even when you're sleeping. So I'm happy about that. Thank you again, Georgette, for being here with this morning. I appreciate you.
Welcome.
All right, so listen, guys, y'all stay safe out there. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.